Keith, I have to admit today it was a windows down driving down the road, the dog hanging out the window kind of day. It was
For
nice
a
out
while.
there.
And
Yeah.
then the fog,
came in, yeah.
And it was like, it's wild. Like
Before that happened.
You know, coast and inland, we sometimes will have 5-6 degree difference on the forecast. But look at right now, Freiburg is 53 and Portland's 38. It's like, what? Wow. That's the biggest sign of spring you can have is when that happens, guys, is there's a huge inland versus coast situation. And as Zach mentioned, it was in the mid and upper 40s along the coast through like mid-morning, middle of the day, and then fog bank just crept in. That brought that marine air with it. The marine air is obviously in the upper 30s because that's the ocean temperature, and then there we go. That was the end of that. The rest of tonight, we all even out into the mid and upper 30s, and here comes our next system. A warm front initially gives us some downpours around midnight, 1, 2 in the morning. And this is all rain right from the get-go. The temperature profile isn't even close, even up into Canada. And then tomorrow is a really unsettled day in which there are periods of rain, and within that, there'll be some heavy downpours. It's certainly not raining all day. It's 50 to 55, and it's windy, increasingly windy in the afternoon into the evening. And our heaviest rain comes through during the evening right before a cold front approaches from the Champlain Valley here. This is 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So we get some heavy bursts of rain, even kind of a squall line here. It looks like around 11 or midnight. Then the back end comes through, and we end as snow, believe it or not. Late Wednesday night into Thursday morning. I don't think there's much accumulation, but a quick coating is a possibility in a few spots as that front comes through, and then it is drastically colder for Thursday. 20s, teens, plus a wind chill, which we haven't talked about a wind chill in a while. Okay, so let's talk about the winds here. The National Weather Service says high wind warning for Washington and Hancock County's coastal zones. Everyone will be windy, to be clear here, gusts to 40 to 45 miles an hour, but I do think this is the zone in down East Maine we could gust over 50 miles an hour. Could have a stray power outages here and there. I don't think it's a widespread situation though. And then winds shift northwest, and they're pretty strong even out of the northwest by Thursday morning at 35 to 40 miles an hour. So gusty winds there. Heaviest rainfall is down east. You'll notice though, they don't have a flood watch in a lot of spots here because the heaviest rain isn't what we're worried about. We're worried about rain in addition to melting snowpack and ice jams. And so we've got current snow depth here of 12 to 18 inches in the mountains. Foothills are down to about, looks like 6 to 12. And so you're going to melt some of the snow plus the rain we're going to get. To be clear, this is not like that mid-December storm. There were 5 or 6 inches of rain in that storm, and we're not going to get anything like that. But we could have some localized flooding as well as some ice jams. And guys, you know, ice jam season to me is April, but everything's accelerated this year, right? So once the rivers loosen up, which they can do as it's so warm and so rainy, then you get the ice traveling downstream, and you know how it goes from there. So I think that's our biggest threat for flooding is ice jams that get stuck, and then the river has to go around. Rude on Thursday, upper 20s, maybe 30, windy too. It's going to feel very cold. Temps recover for Friday and the weekend. Looks like the coast is in the 40s, inland in the 50s on Saturday. Everyone, I think, Sunday afternoon, mid 50s, and probably some sun too. That's going to be amazing. Really
I'm just
nice.
I'm not complaining.
I never took my patio furniture in, and I'm like, no regrets. Like, there's
No, not at all.
literally didn't matter at all this year.
Just I hope you brought the cushions in.
Yes, of course, yes.
You got to do that.
Good job, Keith.
Thanks, Keith.
Thank you.